as a driver, we go through a lot of foolishness. Let me just be straightforward with you. We are picking up strangers. So literally, I've had murderers, I've had convicted felons, I've had drug addicts in my back seat, I've had, you name it, I probably had in my back seat. Because we don't know who these people are. I've had prostitutes, I've had gangbangers, I've had a lot of different stuff in my back seat. Because all I'm doing is I'm following the app. It says pick up Jane Doe. It doesn't even give us the last name. It says pick up Jane from this particular point on the map. So when we pull up, all we know is that we see this little pin and we're picking up Jane. On Uber, it doesn't even give us a picture. So we don't even know what you look like. If we being honest, we just know we picking up somebody from this particular point. So as an Uber driver, we go through a lot of foolishness. I've had fights in my back seat. I've had people try to, have intercourse in my back seat. I've had people try to fight me. I've had all types of stupid stuff that is crazy, because remember, we're picking up people. We're picking up complete strangers. And now I have a dash cam because it kind of calms people down. It's like, hey, this being recorded, right? Oh yeah, oh okay, all right. Well, I won't hit you because it's being recorded, but just know, like. But let me just tell you, I've been in some situations where it's like, yo, what is the point? Like, I'm just a driver. I am a stranger coming to pick you up in my vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I have to do the maintenance. I have to take care of the vehicle. I have to service it. I'm picking you up, and for some reason, you just randomly mad at me because you ordered the ride and I showed up. Like, you seen that when you ordered the ride, it showed you my picture, it showed you my information. Like, but all we get as drivers is just this little old random name that you put on your profile. Like I said, I've had Mr. as the person that I was picking up. I've had C, J, pretty much all of the alphabet. Let's just cover it. AC. I've had A. I've had mom. I've had daughter, grandma. So when I pull up and I'm looking for people, like, can you just imagine? Like, I'm picking up from a club and I'm like, grandma, hey, grandma, you grandma? You grandma. You got to be grandma. Like, and that's happened to me. And everybody looking at me crazy, but I'm just calling the name that I see on the app because we don't really know who we're picking up. Or they'll be like black shirt. But when you pull up, it's like 15 other people outside with black shirts on. Or green shirt. Everybody got on green because that's the, it's an event. It's a team game. So everybody got on green shirts. But they put in the app, green shirt. It's like, you're not helping. This is the dumbest thing that you could have told me. Like, but you have all of my information. You know my full name. You got my license plate. You got the color, make, and model of my car. I mean, what else do you need from me? You know what I look like because you see my picture. It's like I can't hide from you. But of course, passengers, they love to hide from us. They don't want to stand out in the sun, or they don't want to stand by the road because, they're talking. Or we get the people that just finished smoking, I gotta wait until you get exactly here, and then I'm gonna take the last little drag of my cigarette before I get in your car. Look, as Uber drivers, we put up with a lot of foolishness. A lot of foolishness. And I mean, again, I know what everybody's gonna say. You take the ride, you accepted it, Yeah, I get all of that, but like, we do put up with a lot of foolishness, and that's just part of the job, obviously. But like, yeah, we do. So this video that I'm gonna play in a couple seconds is about a driver and a passenger. Driver had no clue who he was picking up, seeing the person that he was picking up, because, you know, most of the passengers be hiding from us until we get there. But he seen who he was picking up, and, you know, this is a bigger girl, you know. This is a bigger girl, you know. Listen, and he was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. He was like, nah, not for me, not for me. And now I know you guys might feel some type of way, but just watch the video. Watch the video and watch his reaction and see. Let's see how he handles this situation. Because, yeah, let's see how he handles this situation. So,
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe it.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
For every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. I get the money and flip it and make some food. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
Okay, so as you can see, it's a tough situation, in a sense that obviously we don't want to discriminate nobody. Obviously, I'm black, so it's not that we want to discriminate you because you're black, white. You know, we don't want to discriminate based on race. We don't want to discriminate, obviously, based on weight, because I'm a bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, it just, we don't want to do those things. But it's like, at the end of the day, you also have to remember that we are 1099 contractors. So what that means is that we can cancel any ride for any reason. Does not matter. Just like a store can say no shirt, no service, we can also say that because we're 1099. We can cancel a ride for any reason because we are not employees of, in this case, Lyft or Uber. We're not employees of them. So that means that we are not obligated to continue the ride. If we don't want to, we can cancel it for any reason. You know, it's a tough situation because obviously she's a woman. Obviously she's, you know, they're painting it as she's stuck on the side of the road. Oh my gosh, when we all know what happens. When we cancel the ride, Uber finds another person that's going to take it. And this whole story that you just seen is more so from her perspective as a passenger. It's not from our perspective as drivers, when it's like, if she would have got in the car and, you know, he did say his tires, but let's say she gets in the car and because of the weight or whatever, the car malfunctions, you know, the tires burst, you know what I'm saying? Or she leaves a dent in the seats or something like that. Because it is a car, you know, she's a bigger girl and she's in a car, not an SUV. It's a car. It's a smaller car, you know. But let's say she happens to damage something on the car. Now the car can't drive right. You know, you bend the axles. Again, I'm just saying. I mean, she's a bigger girl, and cars are meant to handle weight. But I'm just giving you an extreme situation because that's kind of how the whole story is presented. It's presented from the passenger side. Oh my gosh, you weight shamed me. Oh my gosh, you could have taken me. Oh my gosh, I'm left on the side of the road. That's the way it's presented in that news story, as you just seen. But as a driver, it's like, no, we have to worry about our vehicle, you know? It's just a realistic thing. She didn't order an Uber XL. She ordered a car. Look, I'm a bigger guy. If I see a little small Nissan Versa, I don't necessarily want to get in the back of that. I'm gonna be like, bro, you good, man. I order another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. I know my weight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable with knowing where I'm at, you know? What I see in this news story is also the part of the common sense thing of where, and this is what the apps have done. This is kind of the place that we're at. There is no accountability for the passenger. In this case, I would know I'm a bigger person. I'm not going to get in a Nissan Versa. I'm not going to get in a little, because I already know how big I am. I'm just not going to fit. 1, 2, I'm going to be uncomfortable. Why would I want to be uncomfortable? That don't make sense. I mean, I get it. I'm going from point A to point B, but I don't want to be uncomfortable. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? No. So in this case, there's no accountability for the passenger. But again, she did file a lawsuit, and make no mistake about it, whether or not she settles out with Lyft, this driver probably is going to be fired completely over nothing. And it's not like he was like, yo, you big hippo, you ain't getting in my car, da da da. It's not like he went off on her. He said, I'm sorry, you can't fit in my car. Politely said, I'm gonna cancel the ride, have a good day. It probably didn't even charge her, especially because, you know, it's Lyft. Even though she knew she's a bigger person, she's sitting there arguing with him about his car. It's just the funniest thing in my mind, because it's like, you don't know what that driver has going on. You know, if he's saying you can't fit, you can't fit. Like, he probably could need new tires very well. So now you putting all of that weight, it's like you want something to happen in the car. Again, I know, you know, he was just saying like, nah, I'm good. But that's where I'm coming from with it. Like, passengers will argue you down as if like it's their car. It's not. It's my car. I pick and choose who I take and who I don't take as an independent contractor. I should be able to. But now, because she brought this lawsuit, because she was weight shamed, because she was left on the side of the road, which we all know didn't happen, because she probably had another driver that was literally like right around the corner, and he probably took her. Because she doesn't get Uber XL or XXL, because she, you know, it seems like I would guess she just wants the cheapest ride possible. This driver is probably going to lose his position as a Lyft driver. Probably. Again, I don't know. I don't see the follow-up. But this is what I'm talking about. You have to understand that these apps, Uber, Lyft, the apps don't care about you. Even though he's in his right to completely decline the ride, he wasn't disrespectful. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you look at the comments on that video, you'll see there's both sides. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm a plus size person, and that's hurtful. And it's like, but there's no accountability of, okay, girl, I understand that you're plus size, but why don't you get an XL? Why don't you get an XXL? Why would you want to be scrunched up in the back of that car? Why would you want to do that to that driver? Why would you want to put him in that position? There's no accountability. It's all, oh my gosh, he did that to you, man. Yeah, you should sue him, sue Lyft. Make sure you get your money, girl. Da 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 da. And it's like, what? But yeah, man, I don't get it. I don't get it, because that's a very dangerous situation. Putting all, again, like I said, I'm a bigger guy, so you know we don't see what the driver looks like. What if he's a bigger guy too? I'm just saying, like, putting all of that weight in a car, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And the funny part about all of this, it probably was like a $5, $10 ride for us, you know. She might have paid $30, but we only get like $5, $10 out of that. So it's like, was it really worth it to take this person, basically ruin your car, ruin the rest of your night? Now everybody else that gets in the car, oh my gosh, this feels so rough, because you know what I'm saying, you had all of that weight in a little smaller car. No. But you know, that's the fun part about being a Uber driver, being a Lyft driver. Everything is our fault. But yeah, with that being said, man, I am out of here. I just saw this article, and I saw this video, and I was just like, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. So tell me what you think. If you think that I'm also victim shaming, leave it in the comments. If you understand where I'm coming from, at least as a driver, leave it in the comments, man. But other than that, man, I am out of here. Deuces.